Hey there, Terry. Hope you're having a great day today. Here's your video lessons. Here are two things I want to talk about. I'll talk about those two things, and as usual, if you have questions or you look at anything, feel free to send a message over my way, and we're happy to answer. So let's get to it. So I got your text message. You wanted me to go over the rhythm of Born in the Bayou, and it sounds like for your message too that things are going really well with the E Mixolydian arpeggios that go along with Born in the Bayou. So I'll talk a little bit about that today too. So I'll start off with that. The last thing first is that remember that we had our little mini shapes based off of our bars, right? We've been talking about. So for this E form right here, E form E chord, I got this guy right here, and then what we add to that is we add our 6 and then that flat 7, which makes it Mixolydian. So we have. So we have our root, our third, our fifth, and then we go to our 6th, right here, our natural 6, and then we go up here to that flat 7. That flat 7 is what makes it Mixolydian, right? So usually when I start people off with that, we start off with our just normal E form shape right here, no matter what key it's in. So if we do this, we work perfectly over top of Born on the Bayou because it's a E Mixolydian jam song. Now the next step, a couple things we can do. The one thing I think would be good for you to do next is going one at a time and going through all the cage chords, cage major, and adding that natural 6 and flat 7. So in that case, in the key of E, we have our C sharp here is that natural 6, and then we have our D right here, which is that flat 7th scale degree. And I'll just go to the next kind of shape I'm seeing here, which is, our E, our A form E chord. What I'll do is I'll just chop off the bass note. I'm going to use on strings 4, 3, 2, and I got this right here. Remember, it's based off of this chord shape here. Okay, so from this angle right here is where that's going to be. Okay, where's the closest C sharp in this area? Okay, there it is right there. It's on the 4th string. So get my C sharp there, and then that's my 6, my natural 6. My flat 7's got to be right there. So I have this chord, flat natural 6, flat 7. So I can do this. I can combine it with this one. And see what I do there? I have this. What I did there, I had this. I go 6, 7, and scooch into the next chord. So that's how you learn modes across the fretboard. I wouldn't learn them from just the major scale, even though it's good to see the alteration you make to the major scale. The easiest way to learn modes and to have them sound like the mode is you start with the triad, and then you add in the flavor note, in this case the flat 7, and then you add in a little passing note, which is the 6. Excuse me, oh my gosh, we're my nap time. Look at me. One take. So this. Right, and then goes into this shape. Like I said, just practicing those two things right there, that'll take you some time to kind of really assimilate it into your playing, so that way you have it ingrained in your fingers rather than just hopping around or trying to do too many all at once, because when you do too many all at once, they start kind of all blending together and you can't really, I would start here like this, and you just add the flats, add 6, 7, and you start adding in other notes to it too. And then that way it's really going to sound like a Mixolydian scale rather than just, playing the notes of A major starting on E. So work on that for me. And then your question was the rhythm for Born in the Bayou. There's a couple different rhythm patterns in this. I'll go over the first one. In the verse section, it sounds like this. So what that is you have 3 measures of 1, 2, and 4, and. 1, 2, and 4, and. I don't have my I don't have my rhythm book here with me, but it's a syncopated pattern. 1, 2, and miss, up, down, up. I've written that out here for you too. 1, 2, and miss, up, down, up. You do that pattern 3 times. And then what you do after that is, so after the third time, the fourth time cycles back through again. You have an E, 1, 1 and 2, and then on the end of 2, in the end of 2, a D chord. 1, 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 on that up strum and on the D and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and. So from the beginning, 1 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 4. That's the first bit right there. It changes for the chorus, but that's the first part at least. Like I said, let me know if you have questions about that. If not, I will see you on Friday. Take care.